What is up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about something just kind of personal to me that kind of just like shit's hitting the fan. So before I get to this, you probably see in the title of the video what this is generally about. You may ask, why is this guy hiding his face then? First off, I say some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a dude who thinks some shit's funny that other people don't. That's number one. Number two, if my dad found out about this story, he'd fucking kill me. So, I don't want to get disowned. Right? So, I just watched this DeFranco video, and it was about the consent condom. So, in theory, 2 hands to open up a box, to open up a condom. Obviously, first thing I fucking did was like, well, I could just open it like that. The idea is stupid, but one part that came up that I think is interesting that people commented on this was one, it's the condom equivalent of dudes asking for recorded videos of consent. Okay, first off, it's not, because you can't fake the video. You could fake the box. But secondly, what there's nothing wrong with that inherently. They're acting as if getting a video of consent post or pre-sexual encounter. I personally do post because, then everything's already happened and we're done at that point. But there's nothing, like, people are acting as if a recorded consent video or like having some type of proof of consent that happened that day is wrong, which it isn't. Asking for proof or asking for some way to back yourself up is a smart thing to do. And I've told people plenty enough times that I've met, hey, you make sure you do a video or something that's fucking physical evidence to protect yourself. And people act as if that's wrong in some way, which I don't get. And then here's another part that I thought was interesting, is it says, how about we teach people that consent is constantly negotiated and can be withdrawn at any time? The rest of the part isn't really relevant to what I'm talking about, but you can read it if you want. I'll leave it up. Okay, you done? Okay, so yes, it's constantly negotiated. If you're having sex and something happens during your sexual encounter that you don't like, or people get too aggressive, etc., yeah, that's negotiated. However, there are certain situations in which people, take about a month and then decide, man, you know what, I didn't like that. I'm going to consider that rape. So if you were okay with it at the time it was happening, how could you argue that you were not consenting to it at the time? That's what I don't get. And again, that's why I do videos post sexual encounters, because it protects me, because everything's already happened, right? I don't get why people have this mentality of I can change my mind at any point. That's stupid. If you are in the moment and then you say, hey, I don't like this in this moment, okay, but if you look back at it in retrospect and you're like, yeah, that wasn't a good idea, that's not a valid argument, because you consented to it at that point in time. That's stupid. And the last part I want to talk about is this one post, which I completely agreed with, actually. It says, the worrying thing is that this frames consent as a discussion and implies that the real issue is that women might make up/exaggerate after consensual sex. This is a product designed essentially to protect men from rape accusations, not to protect women from rape. Yeah. That's what this is. That's how I see it. That's how I see this product. Because if a man wants to rape a woman, there's nothing that's going to prevent him from doing that. Nothing. I mean, other than, a gun. But making up shit and exaggerating after consensual sex, yeah, that's fucking happened to me. I had that happen in high school. Luckily, she never went to the authorities, but sure as hell ruined up my fucking, personal life. And kind of tore me apart for a little bit. I'm not really an emotional person, so if you expect, some type of crying or some shit, I don't do that. This is years ago as well, so I'm completely over it at this point. But in that time, it was fucked up. It still is fucked up, but I'm over it at this point. I've moved past it in my life. But saying that a product designed to essentially protect men from rape accusations is a worrying thing. So I'm assuming that's what she's implying with the previous sentence. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. I don't see the issue of protecting men from rape accusations. I don't see what the issue is there. What was the problem with protecting yourself from legal actions due to something that you didn't do? Right? You see this happen all the time with made up fucking, sexual stories or whatever. Mine, you got a bunch of other people. There's a football guy, I don't remember what it was, but the woman made up a story about this guy and his friend gangbanging her or some shit, and she made it all up just to get her boyfriend's attention or some shit like that. Anyway, the guy lost his scholarship, was fucking, lost his football scholarship, was kicked off the team, went out of the school, all that shit, right? And then she faced 3 years, something like that. I don't really remember. This was, again, a while back. It's just the main story I normally tell. But it's interesting that people think that men don't deserve to have some type of protection for themselves from a woman who can change her mind at any moment in time. And then, on the backside of this, women cannot rape men from a legal standpoint. From a moral standpoint, absolutely. Right? But from a legal standpoint, they can't, because the legal definition of rape is with penetration. Women cannot penetrate a man unless it's with her hands or, an object. Right? There's a situation where a woman broke into her ex-boyfriend's house, held him at machete point, and forced him to have sex with her. Not accused of rape, though. She did get breaking and entering charges with a deadly weapon and assaulting with a deadly weapon or something of that nature, and got some time, which is good. But she should have got more time for rape. But she was not accused of rape. She was not charged under rape. I find that very interesting and a double standard. I find it very interesting that people find that making up a story is okay. Or that, this is just to protect men, like it's a fucking bad thing. It's not. It's not a bad thing to protect men. I don't see what the issue is in this general discussion. The box itself is fucking stupid. It's not gonna work. It's just, fucking. Where do I have a box somewhere? Fucking, 2 fingers there, 2 fingers, yeah, that's easy. Anybody can fucking do that. But it's the discussion about this that's gotten me concerned. Where we've gotten to the point to where just people have lost their minds and think that men don't deserve protection from, for lack of a better term, crazy women. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on this quick thing. It was a little bit of a personal matter for me. I felt like I needed to talk about it. So, hope you enjoy yourself. Fucking shit, go kill yourself.